All right, let's now get to a conversation today. It's 9 days to the governorship election in Edo State, and 17 out of the 18 political parties fielding candidates for the election have signed a peace accord in Benin, that's the state capital. The People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Aso Ighodalo, however, refused to sign the peace accord after the party accused the police of allegedly siding with another political party ahead of the governorship election. Now, during the signing, INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu asked the political parties to remain peaceful and shun any act of violence during the election.
For us in INEC, at the election management body, I want to assure political parties and candidates that we'll continue to play our part according to the law and best practice as articulated in the clauses of the National Peace Accord. I appeal to political parties and candidates to note that it is not your signatures on the peace document that will guarantee peaceful elections. It is your commitment to its implementation that is critical.
On the program today, we take a critical look at the peace accord signed today ahead of the September the 21st governorship election. And meanwhile, leaders of Accord Party have started re-strategizing to improve their party's chances at the election. The leaders, led by the national chairman of the party in a meeting with stakeholders of the party, discussed steps towards recording success.
A political party is one that needs everyone to come together so as to build a formidable platform that will help our party at least contest and contend in the next election. We are looking at issues of states that we have gubernatorial elections. How do we participate effectively and ensure that Accord have a good show in all this? So we are hosting the Southern stakeholders meeting. See, we had Ondo, Ekiti, representative of those states here, Lagos, Ogun, and all here to discuss the way forward for the party. You know, currently Nigeria is faced with a series of challenges, and Nigeria is looking up to that party that could come up to rescue Nigeria from its current political and economic quagmire.
We had an emergency deck meeting where a resolution was actually passed to open the door and pave way for all aggrieved members to come in. All suspended, expelled members were given waiver for them to come back into the party in order for us to grow the party together.
The ex-leadership that left the party has done many damage to the party, but I believe with the special grace of God, with God on his side, he is ready with the support of the people to put back Accord to the track.
Accord Party governorship candidate Kennedy Iyere joins me from at studio in Abuja. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. So the peace accord was signed today. The peace accord was signed today in an already very tense atmosphere in Edo State. What do you make of the accord process? And then do you think that it will help in any way reduce some of the tension and violence we've seen in Edo State?
Yes, thank you very much for this invitation to your studio. Regarding the peace accord, signing that peace accord is just an effort in futility because the peace accord itself is a fraud. The peace accord is one of the biggest electoral fraud we have in this country. The peace accord is a business enterprise benefiting some people who have in some ways aided INEC in rigging elections. There was no need wasting my time signing a peace accord that would further help the rigging power of INEC. So for me, it's a fraudulent enterprise that should be eradicated. The peace accord is 100% fraudulent and it's a total fraud.
When you say, first of all, when you say that helping INEC in rigging election, many people will say, look, it is not INEC that rigs election, it is political parties, and politicians like yourself that actually rigged the election. And then when you say it has not helped, we've seen this peace accord did not start today. A lot of states and have signed it. Presidential candidates have signed it as well. And we've seen in some cases where it actually yielded results. So when you say it's a fraud, what exactly does that mean?
Let me say this to you. I am not a politician like the regular politician you see. I am a freelance entrepreneur and a serious social entrepreneur and a humanitarian activist. The fact that I choose to go for this very contest is because of the fact that INEC has made it very difficult, if not extremely impossible, for upright and noble and Nigerians of integrity to vie for political offices through elections and win on a very credible note. What you have within the system is a collection of corrupt people who are scrupulous in nature, unpatriotic, anti-people, undemocratic, coming together through a corrupt electoral process organized and governed by corrupt political parties. And what do you have? Candidates that are not competent, unpatriotic. At the end of the day, they are feeded. For me, I feel the time has come to disrupt the process. The biggest fraud today you have is our fraudulent electoral process. That's by the way. Now, coming to the very crux of the matter, having me or hearing me saying or classifying or referring or regarding the peace accord as a fraudulent enterprise, I'm going to take you through the lines of history and bring you now to the present place that we are. If time would not fail me, I would have told you that I have been part and parcel of the entire process. I've aligned with the Kuka Foundation. I've aligned with the National Peace Committee. I know the former president personally. I know Father Kuka personally. I relate with them. I speak with them. I have been part of election observations, and I will stand instances here. Let me tell you categorically clear that the peace accord is a business enterprise that is being coordinated by CSOs and bodies that are not legitimate, collecting money from organizations like the European Union, the USAID or the UK Aid, now Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and then the UK, EU, and the US. These are the people or the bodies that actually finance this criminal enterprise you call peace accord.
I would not let you call it. Hold on, Mr. Iyere, that's a very strong allegation to say it's a criminal enterprise. People get grants. The organizations that get grants and funding. It doesn't mean that they are, and that's not to say that this particular one is getting grants and funding. I'm just saying that, as a response to what you're saying. Hold on, Mr. Iyere. It doesn't mean that it is criminal to say, I will not let you, make that allegation. But we will take a break now, and then we'll come back and we'll continue from where we stopped. Stay with us.